So many movies, not enough money. The Arrow sale has landed and it is massive as always. And I just thought I'm going to pop on, I'm going to give you guys 12 recommendations from Arrow Video and Academy, a little bit of a mixed bag, to see if this is something that kind of interests you, this type of video. And at the end of it, I'll tell you what I picked up so far in the Arrow sale. As they're kind of various price points, I've broke it down into price points for you. So let's start off with some of the £5 titles that are essential pickups. First up, in a movie that I've bought way too many times, and that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Arrow recently released this, I think it was about a year, maybe a little bit longer than that, or re-release of an old title, and this is a 4K transfer. It is superb. If you have never seen this movie, it is incredibly wacky, fantastic practical effects, and just an oddity that is wondrous. That I just love it so much. Basically, aliens land on Earth in their spaceship, which is basically a big top. You have these clowns that go around shooting people, turning them into cotton candy floss type things, and sucking them dry of all their blood. It's incredibly bonkers and just wonderful. And the amount of extras in this disc, incredible for £5. Next up, we have Hounds of Love. This was a debut for the director, and it is unsettling. Really deeply unsettling. It's a movie that I can't really say I enjoyed, but that fully affected me. It's basically about this couple, I think it's based on a true story, that kidnap girls, abuse them, murder them, and we kind of follow one that is captured, held captive, abused in her situation, and when you get to the end of the movie, it is so incredibly anxiety inducing and just gripping the edge of the seat. Hounds of Love is one of those movies that you never hear anybody talking about, and it is fantastic. Next up, and the last one in the sort of £5 range just now, is Clown. This was based off a TV show, I think. I believe it has a sequel now. Clown is one of the most ridiculously funny comedies I think I've ever seen. I keep recommending it to people. Nobody ever watches it because it's a foreign movie. But this thing is just, it's got that kind of realistic nature about it and that uncomfortable humour. It is very close to the knuckle. It is outrageously funny. And another one that very few people talk about. Okay, so we're moving on to the £7.50 titles now that you really need to pick up. One of my favourite John Carpenter's, if not possibly my favourite, is Big Trouble in Little China. This is a Fox release. I've got a funny feeling that this may be going out of print soon, so you might want to grab it while you can. Again, amazing extras, amazing transfer, just a downright stunning movie. So pick it up before it disappears. Next up is a little bit of an oddity, and one that should come with a caveat. This movie's not for everybody. This is Hard to Be a God. I think it's a 3-hour black and white Russian weird movie. The even describing a plot means nothing. It's one of those movies that I watched and it stuck with me. I'm still not sure if I liked it or not. Set in a kind of medieval world, you have these almost aliens that have implanted themselves into the community and just kind of studying the growth of these people and basically the torturous and horrible ways that they go through life and existence. It's one that you need to check the trailers for. It looks great. It's very weird. I don't know. Hard to Be a God, £7.50. Worth checking out at that price, I'd say. Next up is low budget trashter piece, and that is Deadbeat by Dawn. The guy who made this made it over 4 years. He was inspired by action movies. It has a really good feel to it. If you like kind of low budget, early 80s, late 70s type movies, this guy takes all those kind of tropes and just imbues it with a sense of enthusiasm, and that's what really drives it forward for me. There's some wacky performances in this one, and altogether it's just one of those little weird movies that seems to have this cult about it. I didn't know it until Arrow released it, and I'm so thankful I discovered this one. As usual, amazing extras with this. I'm a huge fan of Hammer horror movies, and a huge fan of Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, and they star in this one. It's based on a train. It's basically The Thing on a train. I've recommended this several times on my channel. I think it is wondrous, and the movie's just really enjoyable and fun, has some nice atmosphere, two amazing performances, one hell of a backstory to Peter Cushing's story before he went into this movie. And if that wasn't enough, out of nowhere in the final third of the movie comes Telly Savalas to literally out-chew everybody on the scenery, and just an over-the-top performance that is both wacky, strange, unusual, but perfect in this movie. Next up, we've got Argento's first movie, Bird with the Crystal Plumage. If you're looking to get into giallo and you haven't really dipped your toe in it yet, this is a fantastic movie. It's really well thought out, really well staged. It has some stunning ideas about it, and the set pieces are fantastically produced. It's a movie that really sticks with you and really pushes you into the giallo genre if you haven't been into that so far. This disc is another 4K transfer, and again, it is downright amazing, and the contents, the extras are plentiful. And last up in this one, we've got a French heist movie, Rififi, part of the Arrow Academy. This is a fantastic film noir movie, if that's the kind of thing you're into. It's got one of the best heist sequences I think I've ever seen in my entire life, and this is a real cracker that, again, not a lot of people talk about, but they should. We're up to the £10 mark just now, and now I think the special edition of The Exorcist 3 is still available on the Arrow website for £10. This is one that's worth picking up because it's a real interesting movie, and it's two cuts with it. The Legion cut and the theatrical cut, and they're both good in their own rights and add different things to it, but there are some stunning performances in this, particularly from Brad Dourif, who just gives it an amazing performance. George C. Scott is wonderful as well, and this is a really nice addition to the Exorcist series, one of the better movies as well. Next up in the £10 range from Arrow Academy is Decalogue by Krzysztof Kieslowski. Now, this set isn't available anymore. This is the limited set, but you can still get the condensed one for £10. You get 5 discs, 10 hours almost of TV, which is fantastically produced. These stories are lavish, they're interesting, they've got amazing performances, and at that price, it is a ridiculous steal, and it's worth taking a chance on. You get your money back sending it in the second market if it's not for you, but stunning. Actually, value is just incredible. I'm going to kind of cheat here and throw in one that I haven't watched, but I've heard nothing but amazing things, and I am looking forward to checking this one out. And it's from director Masai Kobayashi, and that is The Human Condition trilogy, a 9-hour epic based over 3 movies, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things. Basically, a man goes to war, how it affects him, how he deals with life afterwards, and that just it captures my imagination. I really want to check this one out, but I'm looking for that window to be able to sit down. Even 3 hours a night seems like hard to get a hold of at the moment, but as soon as I do, I'm going to check it out. This one is available on the website for £15, basically £5 a movie. An absolute steal at that. As I said, I was going to talk about what I've picked up in this sale so far. Then I picked up a few titles. I always go to the £5 one straight away because Arrow, £5. If I don't have it, I'm probably going to pick it up because it's amazing value. So I picked up The Sweet Smell of Success, which is a Burt Lancaster black and white noirish kind of movie, I believe. Black Mama, White Mama, which is basically a blaxploitation version of The Defiant Ones with Pam Grier. That's enough for me to check that one out. The Serpent's Egg, which is just one that I don't really know too much about, and I just kind of thought, I'm £5, I'm curious enough to really check it out, buy it. Terror in a Texas Town is another one that I've looked at multiple times. I know very little about. I know it's like an 80-minute run time. It's £5. I think that's a Fox title as well that might be going soon, so I just jumped on it to add it to the collection. And last but not least was one that I kind of dithered about, and that was One Missed Call Trilogy. It's down to £15. I almost bought it when it came out. I don't know if it's going to come with the slipcase and the limited booklet. I'm not really too bothered. I would have preferred just to pick up the first one, but I'm kind of curious about the sequel in part 3 as well. For £15, you get 3 movies. I think that's a fairly decent price for a trilogy of films. So there we have it. The Arrow sale has begun. Now, I had a list of about 50 movies that I could have recommended you guys, and I'm just wondering if this is the kind of thing that you'd like to see on the channel. Let me know in the comment box, and I may come back with some more recommendations for this sale if this is the kind of content you want. So let me know what you bought, what you're thinking about buying, or if you'd like another one of these with some more recommendations. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Man v Film.